Yo, when people get on, hit the thumbs up for me. What up? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, I appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up for me so I know people are getting on. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. I'm going to answer some questions on the real estate. I'm not going to be on here for too long, but we got about half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I can answer some questions. What's up, Rise and Tech? Yeah, effed up. Gamer Cam, what's good? What's good? Y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy. Hey, is that sign backwards? Because it's backwards on my screen. Hey, what's up, John? SN10. Hola, Puerto Rico. Mayagüez, San Juan. ¿Cómo está? Hey, R London, how's Hurricane project is looking good, man. I'm stuck though on let me move it. No, that's good. I'm stuck on inspections. I got to get a framing inspection done, and I got to get electrical turned on. So that's what I've been waiting for so far on Project Hurricane. But it's looking good. The electrical is all ran. The structure is all done. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Johnny Tech Boy, Nathan Moretti? What's good? Pacheco. ¿Cómo está Puerto Rico? Hace mucho. No me fui. Noel, what's up, man? Welcome back to Toronto. All right, so we got 19 people on. I'm gonna give people a little bit of time to get on. But I had a lot of questions about the video that I posted talking about that deal, which is Project Hellcat, right? Project Hellcat cost me $36,000, and it's now worth over $100,000 just a little over a year later. Okay, so people had questions on it, so I figured I'd do a live stream to answer the questions. But as always, we could talk about the Lambo, we could talk about real estate, we could talk about entrepreneurship, we could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, man. So if you got a good question, holler at your boy. I'm here at the crib by myself, but after I get off this live stream, I'm gonna eat some dinner and then relax for a quick second. Catch and shoot visuals. How important is credit when it comes to buying your first investment property? All right, so that's the first good question. How important is credit? Hold on, man. Let me see if I could play some music in the background or something, man. I'm at the crib by myself. I don't like it to be quiet like this. I feel like I'm talking to myself. So I'm gonna put some music on. Let me see. Let me see if I got a playlist I can play. I'll let y'all hear my playlist. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
Oh yeah.
Can y'all hear the music in the background? Let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if y'all can hear the music. What's up? What up? Y'all can hear the music? Snap, I might start freestyling on this piece. It's Will Motivation, sitting in front of the camera with Motivation Nation. What y'all saying? Don't start hating, cause my raps is too hot. I rap better than Tupac. That's the truth. Hey, said he can't hear that good. Yeah. Hey, catch and shoot. All right, so I'm gonna answer your question first, bro. Yeah, they might hit me with a copyright. You're right. All right, so first question was, how important is credit, good credit, when it comes to buying your first investment property? All right, so it's important if you're trying to get a loan, right? And if you're trying to get the best rate possible on the loan, which means the better the rate, the lower your interest, right? So you pay less when you start paying back that loan. So yes, the credit is important. Um, and it's got to be good enough for you to get a loan if you need a loan. But not everybody always needs a loan when they get that first real estate transaction. So like, for example, if you had, that house project Hellcat cost me 36,000, you might have that in your 401k, or you might have that saved up or whatever, right? Or you might have a house and you might be able to pull out a second mortgage on the house and buy that entire $36,000 crib and have some money left over to do the rehab and get that thing rented out, sit on it for a year and then flip it, and then you can make double your money at least. So, but if you want to get a good rate on a mortgage, then your credit is important. If you want to be able to get a mortgage at all, credit is important, because you're going to go to the bank, they're going to look at your credit, they're going to make sure you got the down payment, they're going to look at your situation. But you're going to have to shop around. Like a lot of people, when I posted that video, a lot of people were like, what banks will do that deal? Man, every bank where I'm at, if they're doing mortgages, they don't care if the mortgage is 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever. They care if you can afford it. So all of you guys that was talking about certain banks won't do a deal for a small mortgage, I never heard of that. All the banks that I deal with, if I ask them for 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever it is, they look at my situation the same and they don't care. They're going to make a percentage. Like what do they care? So anyway, all right, let me see what else we got, man. What else we got? Rise and Tech said, where do you find good contractors to do the work that needs to be done in a rehab? Hold on, let me listen to this beat real quick. Hey, I hope we don't get hit with a copyright strike. All right, let's see. Where do you find good contractors to do the work that needs to be done for rehab? So, man, for me, man, I network. And everybody, like in my circle, all my friends know, y'all on YouTube know, everybody knows that I do real estate. So word gets out and people refer people to me, or I ask questions, I network around. So like I find out who's doing certain type of work, I get their information and I holler at them. So through friends, I found a lot of my main contractors that I deal with. I have an assistant in my office. She speaks Spanish, and she'll go on Facebook to some of the local little like Spanish-speaking groups, and there's like a lot of Mexicans and Caribbeans and Spanish-speaking people in the group, and she'll post on there like, yo, we need somebody that does carpet, we need somebody that does roofing, we need somebody, and then 3 or 4 people will respond, and then I'll meet up with them, check them out, get a bid for the work, and then I might give them a small project at first to try them out, and then increasingly give them a little bit more responsibility. But you got to be real careful with that. But I network to find most of my contractors. Realtors a lot of times know contractors, so you just got to get out there. Realtors and other flippers and investors, they know contractors, so you just got to network, build relationships with those type of people, and be like, look, this is what I'm doing, this is what I need, and then ask for referrals. Simple as that. Like, but when all else fails, man, you get online and you start searching around for contractors and just kind of use your gut, check people out, and just give them small projects before you give them big projects. Like, you don't want to give them like a project, your biggest project when you first start them out. You can have them do part of the project or whatever, just to see if they're any good or not. All right, so Johnny Tech Boy said, what kind of software do I build? So that's an entrepreneurship question. Shout out. Hey, we got 18 people that hit the thumbs up, man. I need y'all to hit the thumbs up for me so we can max this chat out real quick and get it popping. Or else I'm going to start rapping and everybody going to get tired of me rapping. I'm going to start rapping until I drive y'all crazy, man. It's the tourist in continuum. Kids, I'm burning them, bending them, back spinning them. They at minimum wage, back sending them page. Casualties, Mathematically, I tactically, sporadically wax and seeds. Get back with me. Suddenly, one of these MCs come to me grudgingly. Y'all heard enough of that. All right, so we're gonna answer this question. What type of software do I build? But hit that thumbs up for me, y'all. Appreciate it. What kind of software do I build? Man, I build social networking software. I started a social network a long time ago, before Facebook, before LinkedIn, and I created a social network. It was real similar to Facebook. I created it based on a group of colleges that are called historically black colleges. Because I happened to go to one and I learned all about them when I went to school. I went to Hampton University in Virginia. And when I learned about them, I was like, yo, this is interesting. Originally I wanted to create a website just for people that went to my school. But then I worked with a bunch of people from the other schools and they were like, yo, you need to do that software for all of the schools. So I built a website, I built a database, I built all this interactive software. So all of the stuff like you see on Facebook, a lot of that stuff, I was building that before Facebook ever came along. Like I built user profiles, user registration database, pictures on top of profiles. All this software I developed from scratch. And I created an online career center like monster.com and Career Builder and sites like that where companies could come in and post jobs and advertise. And it started getting used a lot. So it was really, I was running a website. So it wasn't so much about the software that I created underneath the website to power it. It was more about the website itself. And I was getting money through advertising. But because I created all that software, I got smart. So what I did is I changed the software around to be configurable. And I made it so that I could launch any kind of social networking website that I wanted off of that same software real easy. Like in a matter of an hour, I could launch a whole different website. So it's kind of like WordPress, but it was my own proprietary software. So I still use it. I still launch websites with it. And then I had some other companies that came to me and said, hey, we see what you did with the social network. You're like a pioneer in the space. Can you build that software or customized software for us based on that knowledge? And I had, like, for example, y'all familiar with BET and TV One and Radio One and all that. I did a social networking platform for TV One for years. There used to be a magazine called Diversity Inc. I think they're still around. I did a social networking website for them, all using that technology I created. And then I got like hundreds of sites that run on my software. So that's what kind of social networking software. That's what the answer to that question is. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Reginald Bryant. I'm trying to catch up with these messages real quick. Let me see. Hey, shout out to everybody that's joined. We got 50 people. I appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up so we can get it cracking in here, or else I'm gonna start rapping. We get it cracking in here, or I'm gonna start rapping in here. And I don't want to hear no yip yapping in here. Or you're gonna hear some necks cracking in here. I used to be a battle rapper. It's crazy. I used to be, before I was Will Motivation, back in the 90s when the internet was first coming out, I was a battle rapper on the internet. And I was popping back in the day. When I say that, I kid you not, I used to have fans in almost every country, every continent, people that used to go online and they would get into these battle raps. So like, y'all know this URL, like Rap League, it's a whole bunch of YouTube videos with battle rappers and stuff. Well, we had something on the internet way before that where we used to battle people from all over the world. And we would make recordings battling people. So you would get your matchup and then you had to come up with a freestyle or come up with a song or whatever to battle against somebody. So I was doing that heavy for about 3 years, to the point where it was so serious. Some of y'all familiar with Blind Fury, the dude who was on BET and he was winning freestyle competitions. I battled Blind Fury and I beat him. And it was bad because I didn't really know he was blind because it was over the internet. So I couldn't really see him face to face. And I didn't know the dude was really blind, right? So I made a real hellacious battle rap against Blind Fury, and I was talking all kind of stuff about him being blind and stuff, and I beat him. But then we became friends, and after that, he told me he was really blind. I felt bad about it, but he loved it though. He loved it. That was my boy right there. But anyway, before I get to start rapping, I'm gonna answer some more of these questions. Let's see. Hey, the Nas, yeah, I'll leave this live stream up for at least a week or so. Usually, I end up taking them down because I end up saying something that ain't edited that I might not want up there forever after. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me catch up with these questions. So, what's up? All right. Somebody said they're watching this on the toilet. Yo. Hey, Will, how is the Columbus market? Everyone is telling me it's tapped. All right, keeping it real. So somebody asked me about the Columbus market where I'm at. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. It is a little bit, it's tapped, but that's relatively speaking. So what I mean by that is several years ago, there was a lot of deals on the market, but now there's not so many deals on the market. And if they do come on the market, they get snatched up real quick because there's just a ton of competition. Simple as that. So, so relatively speaking, yes, it's tapped out, but there's always deals. It's just they're harder to find, and you got to be more creative, or you got to always got to have your ear to the street to know when a deal is coming up, to be always talking to your realtors. Now, me personally, I don't have a lot of time to be hawking deals all day because I got other stuff going on with my main business. But if I see a deal or an opportunity or something like that, then I will check it out and I will make an offer on that deal or something like that. But yeah, the market in Columbus right now is hot. It's hot. This is a top 15 city in the whole country, and it's been growing. I'm from Columbus, so the city has been growing every year consistently forever, like since I was a kid. So when you have that kind of a economy where people continuously move into that market, you always either going to have buyers or you're going to have renters. So if you buy in a down market where you can't flip, then you can rent. If it's a market like now, you can rent or flip. Like both of them is hot. Like so, yeah, the market's good, but it's hard to find good deals. Like I found, so if you want to take notes and you want to hear some like how I built my portfolio, most of my houses that I have now, I got them on this website called HUDhomestore.com. HUD homestore.com. Real simple. You just need a realtor that is qualified to bid for you, right? But you can go on there and shop for the houses and look in zip codes and areas for houses. When I first got on that website, there was probably over 100 houses on there that were up for auction through HUD. But now if I go in there and I put my zip code in here that I like to buy in, there's probably no houses in there. But that's where I got most of my cribs. So you can still use it, but you just have to expand your search, right? Outside of a certain zip code, you might have to put a whole city or something like that to see what's in there. But that's where I got most of my houses from. All right. Is it better to tell contractors that you're going to live in the property or that it's an investment property? If they're a good and honest contractor, it doesn't matter. But make sure my mic is working. Yeah, if they're an honest contractor, it doesn't matter. If you got to worry about that, you might want to do a little bit more research on them. But it's a good point. You could tell them that you're going to live there if you want to just be safe. But hopefully you build a relationship with your contractor where you don't have to play those kind of games. All right. Nathan Moretti, I'm in my market in Southern Cali is high. Do you think I should keep stacking cash until we have a dip in the market? that was just so Nathan Moretti, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing because I like this market where I'm at, and I have other business things going on to make money. So I'm stacking. And then if there's a dip in the market or the market gets cold and people don't want to buy, then the prices will start to drop for that reason. And then, I'll jump back in and start buying more real estate. So that's not a bad strategy, but some markets will just continue to go up. Even if they dip a little bit, they'll still go up. So if I was in the California market, to be honest, I would be looking east, like Arizona or Vegas or something like that. That's what I would be doing. I'll be looking because homes out there, man, it's so hard. Unless you're gonna flip. If you want to flip in California, then maybe I might do that. But still, you got to have so much capital just to do one project. And the rehab budgets out there are crazy. Like here, man, I could spend on average 15 to 20,000, and that's about as high as my rehab will get. But in California, man, those people have 40,000 to 100,000 for a rehab. So yeah, you just gotta do what's right for you at the end of the day. Iman, are the underwriting the same with headaches, W-2, pay stuff? Yeah, you gotta go through underwriting when you buy a house and you get a mortgage. Yes, and you're gonna have to do underwriting. All right. So for everybody that's on right now, my name is Will Motivation. I'm imagining most people are subscribers, but if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. I'm talking about real estate investing or whatever you guys want to talk about. We could talk about the Lambo. I just got done racing at the YouTuber Speed Fest with Stunner Reese, Demonology, Mod to Fame, Tall Guy Car Reviews, Real to Real, CJ2K on 22s, or my bad, I don't know. CJ on 22s. Bunch of YouTubers was out there. I just got done coming from that. I'm about to drop the video. I came from the Mod to Fame Fest. I raced my Lambo, and the time that I ran in my Lambo was faster than the time for that Road and Track and all the magazines timed the Lambo. So and my Lambo is stock. I got an exhaust on it. That's it. So if y'all want to know what my time is, somebody can guess it. I'll tell you if it's right. But I think some people it already leaked, but I got a video coming on that. All right. So let me get to these questions. Yeah, if you don't have a job, underwriting, yeah, it can be an issue. Yeah, Rob, if you live in an area where homes are 300,000 plus, man, that's a challenge, man. But if you can buy out of state though. I mean, you might have to do more research and have to build a network of people you can trust, but you can do it. You can do it. Or I'm doing some research myself. There's some turnkey real estate investing that you can do where you can actually take your money and invest it in real estate with like a group. And but I don't want to recommend that until I fully research it and probably try it myself. But I will tell you guys about it. So yeah. Hey, Tony Toro, you can send me some beats, bro. Get out Will Motivation. That's my email right here. That's my email right there. You got beats, send them. ¿Alguien quiere que yo rap en español? Yo soy el más lindo. Si tú quieres, yo puedo hablar en español. Por cada persona que está escuchando mi ritmo, escucha muy bien antes de yo firmo el contrato del dinero. Si ustedes quieren, te doy el hierro, el fuego. That's the fire in English. My raps is fiendish. Know what I mean, kid? All right, so what's up? Sick with it, yo. Hey, I'm trying to catch up on these questions. All right, Tyrone Chandler said, hey, hold on, wait a minute. Look at this. Dean Lockett. Hey, could somebody tell this dude? Dean Lockett. He said, all you do is chat shit. Where is the proof you have done all this? Bro, have you been looking? Have you been looking, bro? What kind of proof you want, bro? What kind of proof you want? I probably got some paper sitting on my desk. Look, go to my website. You want proof? Go here. There's proof right there. Dude, I'm walking up in cribs in my videos. Dean Lockett. A lot of people on here, man, y'all talk to this dude. A lot of people on here have seen my videos. I walk up in my projects in my houses and stuff like Demonology. What's up? Hey, he just gave me a discount because I just bought one of your t-shirts today, man. I don't know if you saw it. Shout out to Demonology. That's my big brother right there. And let's talk about Demonology real quick. Oh, Rich Sherrill. What's up, Rich? Rich Sherrill is my realtor as well. So if you guys have some questions that are too hard for me to answer, then I got Rich in here, and he knows the answer to most anything you can ask. But Demonology, what's up, brother? I said, what's your thoughts on getting beat by Demonology? Hey, my thoughts are I'm coming back, and I guarantee a victory in spring of 2019. I guarantee a victory against Demonology in spring of 2019. Just like he has his little magical mixtures of race fuel and Boostate and NOS and stuff, I got a magical mixture as well. Okay, so spring of 2019, Will Motivation is guaranteeing a victory versus Demonology on the track. I happen to agree with him. I'm not really for that street racing too much. You start going fast, man. Too much can happen too fast. But on the track, Demonology, Will Motivation 2019, the rematch of the year. I took a loss. So how do I feel about that loss? I feel like I thought I was going to lose anyway. But much respect to Demonology, man. That's one of my favorite YouTubers. And you got to check out his channel. If you haven't checked out Demonology's channel, check it out. He has a Dodge Demon, and he's the #1 YouTuber, in my opinion, related to Dodge Demons and drag racing. So not only do you get that Dodge Demon and Hellcat type content, you also get he shows you how to drag race, and he shows you his techniques and stuff, and he's real thorough and serious about it. So go check out Demonology's channel. Real good dude, and I just love being around him. So I'm looking forward to the next time we link up, big brother. All right, so to Dean Lockett, look at my videos, man. You'll see that the real estate stuff that I do is real. I'm in and out of my projects all the time. It's really not that hard to see, but I like to address that because there are some fakes out there. There are some people that talk about investing and talk about real estate or talk about things that they're not really doing. And I'm not one of those people. If I talk about it, it's something I'm doing, and then I'm sharing with you guys what happened. So I'm an entrepreneur. I've got several companies, and real estate is something that I do, and I've been doing it for a while, since 2010. Ask my realtor. My realtor is right here. Matter of fact, the first real investment deals that I did outside of buying my own properties was with Rich Sherrill, who's here in the chat. And I got with Rich, and the first deal that we did, I bought 4 properties off of HUD Home Store through Rich, because he was one of the listing agents for at least one of those properties. So I don't know, you can't get any more real than that. Check him out. He's a realtor. If you want to buy something in Ohio or Columbus, call Rich, because right now I'm not too competitive. But once I start getting competitive, I'm gonna tell Rich to cut y'all off. All right, so questions, man. Let's get back to these questions. Somebody asked, how much does your credit score go down after getting your first home loan? Your credit score will go down a little bit when you're getting the credit checks and stuff, but when you get that first home loan, home loans don't really bring my credit score down from what I can tell, because they're considered assets. Mortgages, I think there's an assumption that you have an asset. So I don't know how many mortgages in my name, probably at least 3 or 4. And they haven't really affected my credit score that bad. You can't worry about that. I worry more about getting credit checks by a whole bunch of different banks and stuff. That will tear your credit score up. Like, I have my credit score affected negatively. The worst thing on my credit is the hits getting credit checks when I was buying a car. You got to be careful with that. All right. Do I work with wholesalers to get deals? I've looked at some wholesaler deals, but they're usually not that good. And I don't think I've bought any wholesaler deals. All of my deals came from either through realtors bringing me the deals, or me finding them through HUD Home Store, or going on websites like Zillow and Realtor.com. Like, I think that's how I found Rich. Before I even knew about HUD Home Store, I got on Realtor.com and I saw a property in my zip code, and then Rich was the listing agent, and I called him and I asked him to see it, and then the rest is kind of like history. So yeah, there's some places to find the deals, man. All right, so let's see, what was the other question? Tyrone Chandler said, how do you look for real estate in your area? Do you use a local foreclosure? So we just talked about that. I was primarily using HUD Home Store, which Rich put me on to. Oh, word. Okay, so shout out to Demonology. His wife is a realtor. Demonology, you might want to put her website in the comments, and then I'll shout it out. In case somebody wants to buy property in Texas. And at some point, Demonology, I want to get with you on that, because right now I'm like the squirrel right now, like storing all the nuts for the winter. And then eventually winter's gonna come and I'm gonna have to start eating the nuts, which for me, I'm real busy in my other business. So I'm not spending any money right now, but eventually business is gonna slow down, and then I'm gonna be looking for investments. So Demonology, we definitely gonna have to talk on that. Noel, thank you for sharing, Rich, your personal. Yeah, of course. Rich, if you want to put your phone number in there in the comments, you should do that, Rich. But Rich, I met with Noel. Noel came from Toronto. They might be interested in buying some real estate here. Noel, you should also hook up with Demonology. His wife is a realtor. So thank you guys for the super chat. I'm gonna try to get to all the questions, but I guess the super chat is good because I'm gonna make sure I answer if you put a super chat, because there's a lot of comments on here. But yeah, Noel, yeah, Blind Fury was on 106 & Park. I battled him in a rap competition and I won. And he was my fan, but he was a friend of mine as well. And yeah, he started blowing up for a minute, man. The dude, he's good. Prosperity with Johnny said, was I on Black Planet? Yes, I was on Black Planet. I used to market on Black Planet. All right, so Dean Lockett said, we're not dummies. All I want is money off of you guys saying all this. Bro, I'm not asking for any money. You're not required. If you look at my playlist on my channel, it's real estate investing advice. If you look at all of those videos on that playlist, if you look in there where I'm asking for money on any one of those videos, expose me, bro. I don't know how many videos are on that playlist, but in none of them am I asking for money. Okay, so there you go. Now, if I come up with an online course, which a lot of people have been asking for, I will charge for it. But if somebody can't afford what I charge, then I'll come up with a coupon code and make sure you can afford it. And that's just my word, because for me, I've been blessed enough where I don't have to rely on YouTube for my financial stuff, all right, or the real estate advice that I'm giving. I like to share. I get a kick out of helping people, so that's how I get paid. People tell me that they came up. Hey, Morris Leday, he was in Houston looking at some Huracans. That's what's up. You gotta send me a message, send me an email when you get that Huracan, or when you plan to get it. I wanna show up when people get their dream car. and videotape it for the channel. All right, so catching up with these messages. I don't work with wholesalers. Usually because their numbers aren't really that great, in my opinion, or the property is real messed up to the point where they don't want to do the flip because it's too expensive. All right, so I'm catching up on the messages. Sick with it, yo. What's up? Muito bom. All right, Joshi Perez asked a great question. He said, "How do you scale up after 10 rental properties?" Because I'm going through scaling right now. Like I'm trying to scale my main business so that I can do more real estate, and I want to do my real estate course. So I'm going through the scaling process right now, my main business, which I've been heavily involved in, and it doesn't leave me a whole lot of free time to do anything when it gets busy. Like I can't do anything right now. But how do you scale up with real estate? The answer is hold on, fellas. All right, fellas. So scaling up. First of all, shout out to everybody who joined us on this live stream. I'm just trying to give out some free investing advice, real estate advice, or we can talk about cars, the Lambo. We could talk about how Demonology beat me in a fair and square drag race on the track, or we could talk about entrepreneurship, which is one of my favorite subjects. But the most recent question was, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up for me, because that'll get this message out to more people. But anyway, how do you scale up? Let's say you got 10 real estate properties. So for me, the issue in scaling up was early on, I bought my properties with cash because I didn't have any relationships with banks. But as I learned, as I started investing in more properties, I started getting more and more bank relationships. So the way that you scale is you make your money stretch further so that you can get control of more property. Even if like, so for example, when I first started buying real estate, I'm gonna say I got about 30 some properties. I flipped some of them already, and I'm left with about 20 properties or 22, something like that, right? But if I had known then what I know now, I would have tried to make my money stretch, and I would have used banks to get 80% of the money, and then I would have came up with the 20%, and I would have got control over as many of the best deals as I could when the market was really at the bottom. I would have tried to get all of the properties, like, because then, I mean, the equity in those properties would be multiplied. Like, a lot of my properties are more than double what I paid for them. A lot of them. That's like the minimum. It's like double. So you basically got to get banking relationships so that you can make your money stretch further, and you're just paying the down payment, and then you're getting the banks to loan you the rest of the money so you can get more property. And the other thing that you can do to scale up is, let's say you got those 10 properties, so hopefully you bought those properties at a good price, you rehabbed them, you got them rented out, you can pull equity out of those existing properties as the market continues to go up. You can pull equity out, and then you can use that equity as the down payment for other properties. You see what I'm saying? To scale up. So that's how I scaled up, because originally I was using cash to buy houses, and I was struggling to figure out the loan stuff. But I got more banks to deal with. They had different banks have different programs, and basically using other people's money to get control over the real estate. Because one thing that's really nice about real estate is, even though you have a mortgage on a property, you get to decide how to manage that asset. You know what I'm saying? Like, mortgage, the bank gives you the mortgage money, and then you're in control. So you can rent the place out and make a monthly income and let the appreciation rise on that house. Or let's say, and I did this in a lot of cases, the market improves and improves, and you might need money to pay taxes or money for whatever. You can flip the house and sell it, but you're in control, right? So that's my advice on scaling. All right. But it's not just banks too. I mean, you can build relationships with other investors and go in on projects. Like, so for example, if somebody was in my market and said to me, hey, I'm gonna find some deals, or I found some deals. I don't have the money, but if you have the money, I'll run everything else. For me, that if I can trust the person and they have a track record, or they can show me that we can get the job done and we can make the right type of contract, and I have some control over that property, then I would gladly do a deal with somebody if the numbers work out where they can use my money and then they can get the job done and then we split the profits. So you can do that as well to scale up. All right. All right. So Joshie Perez, that's the answer. Yes, and some banks will only allow you to have up to 8 to 10 properties under your name. Yeah. So I got an LLC. That's another thing that you brought up a good point to help you scale up. I started a business and I put the properties under the business. And so when I started to go to get loans, I was asking for business mortgage loans. And so they were able to look at my business portfolio. And instead of looking at the number of properties, they looked at what they were willing to risk with your current portfolio. So for example, I had some banks that would say, you know what, I could probably do a couple $1 million in loans with you based on what your portfolio looks like. Or other banks that might say, we'll give you up to $1 million to go do your thing, based on what your portfolio looks like. So it just depends. All right. Rich says stacking cash is relative to the area and the individual. A dip in Columbus might be 2 to 3%. A dip on the coast could be 10 to 15 a quarter. Yeah. Listen to Rich. He knows what he's talking about. All right. So, man, I'm trying to catch up with the messages. My bad. Let me show this. So look, Rich put his number up there for anybody interested in investing in Columbus. And then Demonology put his email address up for his wife. She's a realtor. So if you want to buy properties in Texas, holla at Demonology. So in Texas, Demonology said in Texas, it's still a seller's market, but it's slowing down. Houses are sitting longer. In Columbus, it's a seller's market, but I don't think it's slowing down. Rich, you can chime in on that, but I'm not seeing. I don't see a slowdown. But I haven't been following the market because I've been so busy. So Rich might know a little bit more, and that's to Demonology. Thank you for the super chat, but you know you don't have to do that, bro. I got you. Anything that I know, I'm gonna share. All right, so let's see. Looking for questions here. Rob said, please talk about HBCU Connect and how I make profit. All right, it's pretty simple. So HBCU Connect is my main business. It's a social network similar to Facebook. The way that I make money is through advertising, mostly recruitment advertising. Advertisers come to me, they run ads on the website, but I have a new division within that company where a lot of advertisers and employers and things that were coming to us, they didn't only want to do online recruitment, they wanted to do events. So I started helping them do events. And that's the part where it's harder to scale because you need people to scale up with that. You can't just put ads on a website or something like that and get more people to your website. It takes hard work and manpower to execute on the events. So I'm in the process of getting leadership over that team to scale up that side of my business. But that's like the growth area right now for my business is actual recruitment events. So pretty simple, man. Like advertising, like with employers that come to me, and that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much relationships that I have with companies. All right, so that's what we do at HBCU Connect. Demonology said, did you say he was eating nuts? I said, I'm like a squirrel that's stashing away nuts for the winter. That's all I said. All right, let me find the next question. Hey, let's see. If you guys haven't checked out Demonology's channel, man, check out his channel. He's got one of the fastest Dodge Demons out there running on NOS. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't run NOS. He runs some special blends of high octane fuel that give him that extra edge to take down my Lambo. But it's all good. I got something for him in the spring of 2019. He knows what time it is. All right, so somebody asked, Hazardous Life said, is going the wholesale route a good way to get into real estate if you have no cash? The short answer to that question is yes, but you got to be careful because there are different laws in different locations. And I don't know the laws in every different state or municipality or whatever. So wholesaling could be illegal in some places. Or you just gotta know what you're doing with wholesaling. I'm not a wholesaler, so that's not really my thing. I've done some research on it so that I could talk about it in my online course and explain what it is, but that's not my area of expertise, wholesaling. But I do know that you can build relationships with investors or buyers and come to agreements to help them, and then make money that way. So but wholesaling and wholesaling can mean something different to different people. So you just got to be careful with the legalities. But yeah, you can, if somebody brought me a deal, would I be willing to cut them in on a deal some kind of way? Yes. Now, does it have to be legal? Yes, it has to be legal. So just got to check that out. All right. So Rich said quads and triplex units in Columbus, 100% depends on area. Demonology, they are here, but you really have to watch the NOI. But yeah, Demonology, man, y'all check out his channel. This dude is killing them on the videos. He got me stepping up my video editing. All right, so I'm looking for more questions. I'm going all the way back down to the bottom of this chat. So if you have a question, make sure you ask the question before I jump off of here, because I'm not gonna be on here long tonight. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I just wanted to answer questions because in the video that I posted, the video was $7,000 to $100,000, and I was trying to explain to people how I came up with those numbers, and that, of course, the numbers are rough, right? But essentially, that you could do that. You could take a $7,000 of your money, get a mortgage for the balance, buy that $36,000 house, and ride the appreciation, rehab it over time, and then you could be looking at a situation like I'm in right now, where that $36,000 house is worth around $100,000. Now, all of that is sort of relative, because I could sell it for more than $100,000, I could sell it for a little bit less, or I could not sell it at all. And then the more important question becomes, that $7,000 investment, if I'm getting $1,000 in rent every month for that property, the return on an investment for that $7,000 initial is pretty good. So it might not be $1,000 after you pay your mortgage and your taxes and your property taxes and that kind of thing, but it's still going to be a good investment. All right. What's up, Hamza? What's up, Ephraim? And yeah, y'all listen to Rich. He knows what he's talking about. All right, Sick With It Yo said, what is the maximum number of credit inquiries you should have on your record when trying to buy a home? Man, just keep it to a minimum. There's not really a maximum number. It's just that the more hits you have, they actually do bring your credit score down. And so I remember I was getting my Hellcat, and I don't know if it's my fault or the dealership's fault, but I was getting all of these different hits on my credit from different banks, right? And all of those hits, man, they added up. I think it was like 6 points for each hit or something like that. And it took my credit score down like significantly. So you got to be careful with that, bro. but I don't know if there's like a maximum number. It's just that you got to be real careful. Like you should probably research the rates before you actually apply for the loan so that you can minimize, so you know who you want to get your loan with before you actually submit an application. All right, so Rob said, how do you make it as an entrepreneur? Man, that's a good question, bro. Let me turn my music down for a minute. So how do you make it as an entrepreneur? All right, listen up. Listen real good, bro. The way you make it as an entrepreneur is you got to be ultimately responsible for the things that you commit to and that you get involved in, and you got to be responsible and committed to success and not quitting when stuff gets hard. So once you get rolling, but you got to be responsible, man, because if you're the boss and it's your company and somebody does business with you and you let them down, or you push it off, or you make commitments and then you don't follow through on those commitments, then you run the risk of ruining your reputation. And once your reputation is bad, then guess what happens? Your business doesn't come in as much. But on the contrary, if you are responsible and people pay you and you commit to whatever services or products, and you have a high quality of service or high quality products, then your reputation will get out there. And then the opposite will happen, and you'll start to get a lot of business. And that's exactly what happened with us doing these events. Is companies saw that we were committed, because this event business stuff is hard. Like, it's not easy. I don't even like it. It's not fun. It's not easy. The day of the event, when people show up and everything goes right, then it's fun. But everything up until that point is not fun. It's grinding. It's hard work. And the companies don't even like to do it, because I'm not even gonna get into all of that. But the point is, you got to be responsible and committed to delivering on whatever you set out to do. And if it's a company where you got products, you got to have high quality products, right? You got to be fast and deliver. If it's a company where you provide services, it's got to be a high quality of service, and you got to take every single one of your customers seriously, to deliver on whatever they spend money for, right? So to me, that's the secret, man, to being successful as an entrepreneur. And then if you're not at the stage where you're making money and doing business, if you're before that and you want to get to that stage, then what I would say to you is, all of the successful entrepreneurs I know, they are not quitters, and they will continue to try things until they figure out what works. All right. So but let me give you an example though. You can tell a lot from a little. So if you come up with an idea and a few people buy something from you, and that was your idea, then that means a few more or a lot more will buy that product, as long as it's a good product, right? So you can tell a lot from a little. So if you start getting that success, then you can run with it. But if you try something and it doesn't work, or it's a flop, you can either adjust it and then try again, or you can try something else, but you just don't quit. That's the answer. Derek Emanuel said, how do you feel about buying a duplex and living in one half while renting the other? Is that a viable option? Yeah, absolutely. That's a viable option. I don't think I've never heard anybody say that's a bad thing to do. Maybe Grant Cardone might say something like that, but I don't. As long as you buy the house at a good price, doesn't matter if you live in it or not. Buy it at the right price, in the right neighborhood, where the value is gonna go up, even if it dips and you have like a recession or whatever. Eventually, if it's a good neighborhood, the value is gonna go back up. Okay, and it's a good city or location. Like if everybody leaves Flint, Michigan, then yeah, I'm not buying any property in Flint, Michigan. All right, but if it's a neighborhood in a thriving city, then your odds are good. If it's a good neighborhood, but you find that diamond in the rough, and you buy it at the right price, you get it looking nice and charge the maximum rent. It doesn't matter if you live in it or not. I'll say it's a good investment. But for a lot of people, buying a duplex like that, the mortgage is low enough where they can handle it on their own. And then when they rent out that other side, it's almost like icing on the cake, or like all profit. So I wholeheartedly think that's a great idea to do that. But you still got to follow the principles as an investor to buy at a good price, do your numbers and make sure your numbers work out. And if you're like me and you don't like taking a loss at all, I'm conservative. So when I do my numbers, I don't try to make $100 a month on a property. I try to make 500. Okay. Whereas other people might say 300 is the magic number. I try to make 5, or else for me it's too close, cutting it too close. So just do your numbers, man, and be conservative. Buy a good property, and it doesn't matter if you live there or not. Or you live there for a while and then you move out and rent that side out that you were living in. But yeah, I don't think anybody can argue against that as long as you buy the house or the duplex at a good price. All right, so shout out to Demonology again. Y'all go check out his channel. His Dodge Demon beat my Lamborghini Huracan by 1/10 of a second. I'm not going to explain to you the circumstances that allowed me to get beat by 1/10 of a second, but he did beat me fair and square. He's the best drag racer. He's one of the best drag racers in the United States, so that's probably really the reason why he beat me. But he did beat me by about 1/10. And then the second time I raced him, my car wasn't running right. I think it's because I had a full tank of gas, and my times was like a half a second off, like 0.5 seconds off. So anyway, let me get to the rest of some more of these questions. Demonology said, let's talk about this new Lambo coming out. Demonology, this new Lamborghini. All right, so we're talking about cars for a little bit. And shout out to everybody that joined the live stream. We got 65 thumbs up and 80 some people. So hit that thumbs up button and we'll really get it cracking in here. I may stay on here a little bit longer, but before I go eat or something. I'm trying to answer questions. But let's talk about the new Lambo real quick. So if you guys have not heard, there's a new Lamborghini Aventador coming out that's called the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Don't ask me what it stands for. I don't speak Italian, but it is currently the fastest production car to run a lap around that German racetrack called the Nuremberg Ring. Okay, so that makes it the fastest production car on the most popular track where they test cars. And it's going to be a beast. It's going to be the fastest Lamborghini I think ever. It's like a mix between a Lamborghini Performante Huracan and a Lamborghini Aventador. So the Aventador, if you're not familiar with Lamborghinis, there's two main current models out for Lambo right now. There's the Huracan, which is like more of a track, really fast track car. And then there's the Lamborghini Aventador, which is like the big boy, wide body, heavy V12 Lamborghini. So now they're going to have a race version of both of those. So the race version Huracan is called the Performante, and the race version of the Aventador is called the SVJ. And it's coming out, I guess, probably within some months. Now, if you're going to ask me if I'm getting one, no, my brother. I'm not getting a Lamborghini SVJ, but Demonology, I am on the list to get a GT 500, and I'm getting it. So if you want to race that demon against the GT 500 when it comes out, we might have to hit the drag strip before the spring, bro. So actually, I don't think that GT 500 though is coming out for a while, but I'm getting one. So I'm gonna snatch your soul and bring it to Ford. But yeah, so what other questions you guys got? I'm looking at the comments from the bottom up. So if you asked the question earlier, just ask it again. Let's see. Eugene said he's looking for a home in a good Columbus area. Wants to go FHA, add value, living it for a year or two eventually. Yeah, that's your best bet if you're trying to be an investor, is to buy a house that you can live in, because then you can get a HUD home potentially, and fix it up and then move out after a couple years. All right, so Lock Diesel said they got some Porsches coming out with electric and gas motor. That, yeah, it's probably gonna be a beast. Like they're gunning for Tesla coming out with that Roadster. That Tesla Roadster is gonna be killing everything. D Meezy, my brother, I am Mr. Moss. What's up, bro? You know, hey, What up, bro? Hey, everybody go check out his channel. If you want to see some really cool artwork from a master artist who can do any kind of art on any medium, check out I Am Mr. Moss. That's my brother. I Am Mr. Moss. And that's my real brother. Like, we got the same mom and dad, that kind of brother. So shout out to D Moss, man. Hey, Moss, you gonna be ready for next weekend? We got that event coming up. Let's get it cracking. All right, Curtis West said, pay cash for an investment property or spread your cash out over multiple properties and carry mortgages on. Okay, Curtis, excellent question. So basically, he's asking, should you use cash and pay off a mortgage and then rent that place out, right? And then save up cash and then buy another house, pay it off, and then buy another one, pay it off? You can do that. And your monthly return on investment or your monthly profit for each house will be higher that way. But the problem with that is you can't acquire as much real estate as fast. And the reason why that's critical is because when you find good deals or you're in a good market, you want control. Like, you want control. So you want to spread your money out and get control, because then you can do whatever you want. You can rent them, you can rehab them, flip them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst case scenario, right? Let's say you bought too many properties, right? And renting them all, you need some cash, because this actually happened to me. I had a bunch of properties. Me and Rich was buying them left and right. I had like 30 properties, and my taxes came. Like, my taxes come every 6 months for my properties. And man, my taxes can get up like $25,000, $30,000, right? For the real estate. Or yeah, 30, like around $30,000 or something crazy like that. So I had the option, because I controlled that real estate, I had the option to sell some of it. So I sold some real estate and I made a profit on it, and I paid some taxes. Instead of coming out of my pocket with my own hard-earned money, man, I was taking profit from those real estate deals that I had control over. So what I recommend is you get as much real estate as you can handle without going under and being risky or being on the edge. You know, if something happens and then you can be in a situation where you don't have any more money and you lose some or whatever. You don't want to get in that situation. But I do recommend getting control as much property as possible, based on what I've learned, and that is the market changes. The market is not the way the market is now is not what it was 5 years ago. All right, so you gotta be careful with that, man. But I recommend spreading it out. And then the other thing about spreading it out is you can have some cash reserve. So don't use all of your cash and put it into one house, right? Have some cash sitting around for an emergency, or to pay a mortgage when your renter doesn't pay it, or doesn't pay rent. So, you know, use some of the bank's money, man. You still got control over the property. You can sell it. You can pay it off later. You got options. You can access the equity, whatever. So that's my recommendation if you want to grow and scale your portfolio and you want to get access to good deals. But if there's no good deals where your numbers don't work out, then don't be desperate to buy anything. Don't do that. Don't do a bad deal where you can get in a situation where you lose money because you got to sell something at the wrong time. Don't do that. All right. So we got another super chat. What's good? Triple XK. He said, when you get a loan for a house, are you charging people for the loan plus the building? P.S. I have a social media business. Go to instagrampr.com. Okay. Triple XK, shoot me an email about your social media business at get@willmotivation.com so I can check that out when I'm not so busy. But and then everybody else can go check them out as well. instagrampr.com. I think you might have emailed me, man, but just hit me back, dude. I've been super busy. So to answer your question, am I charging people for the loan plus the building? That's not really the way I look at it, but if you want to be smart and prudent, you want to charge people enough to cover your loan or your mortgage, and you want to cover your taxes, and you want to cover your HOA fees, and you want to cover any little incidentals that come up, and you want to cover your insurance, whatever that works out to be every month, and you want to make a profit. So for me, I add all of those things up and then add an extra $500 on top. And that helps me determine how much of a down payment I need to put down. And it helps me determine if the deal is good or not based on, the numbers, right? So that's the answer to that. So yeah, you wanna charge people enough to where your loan is covered, and then all of your expenses and some profit. Because let me tell you something, when things will go wrong with the property, and sometimes they're expensive and can be in the thousands of dollars. So if you're not making enough money every month to be able to build up some thousands in profit, then to me that's not really safe, because or else you're going to be coming out your own pocket to pay for a busted underground sewer pipe that costs $5,000, like that happened to me. So that's probably the most expensive thing that popped up, but it did happen. Most of the time it is plumbing, and plumbers are expensive. So if you want to learn how to do something, learn how to be a plumber. All right, so we'll answer a few more questions. And I gotta eat some. I'm gonna make me a taco salad real quick. All right, so have I looked at the Mercedes S63 AMG Coupe? S63 AMG Coupe. No, I haven't looked at that, bro. I saw it though. I saw it, but I haven't given it a real good look because I don't really like the shape of the Mercedes that much, man. All right, so we got a couple more questions on the super chat. I'm gonna try to answer real quick. Love the content, bro. This is GSH Everything 27. Much love to you and your family. So, thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. He didn't really ask a question, but just showing love with the super chat. Hey, love you back, bro, and I appreciate you. And be on the lookout for some big stuff coming, man. As far as the real estate course, I'm thinking about y'all. Tell me realistically. Tell me if this is a good idea. We got you guys on the chat. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret plan that I have. But before I tell you that plan, let me answer this super chat question from Prosper with Johnny. He said, if you all are interested in working from home, you got us viworkfornoone.com. There you go. Commercial. That's a commercial break. viworkfornoone.com. That's his business if you want to check it out. He hit me with the super chat. So shout out to you, and there you go. But okay, here's what I wanted to tell y'all. You guys tell me in the chat. I really need to know, is it a good idea, right? I'm gonna release my real estate course, right? And what I want to do, and Rich, this is for you, Rich, and Demonology, this is for you too. But this is really for everybody. But I'm gonna have Rich and Demonology. I want to be on the team, right? So I had this idea after I release my real estate course. I want to do an event in Las Vegas at a racetrack where we can all drive exotic cars, but then also we can have like an afternoon real estate question and answer session and a learning session to talk about real estate investing, and also enjoy some supercars on the racetrack in Vegas. Like I've already talked to the racetrack. They do private events where we could get the track. Everybody can drive Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, Corvettes, GTRs, all your dream cars, right? We'll drive the cars, have fun on the track, and then we'll do a real intimate session where we talk about real estate, and just like an overview of the online course and all that good stuff. But we all meet in Las Vegas. For anybody that wants to come, meet me, meet Demonology, meet Rich, my realtor, and then we have a good time at the track, and then we also learn some things and maybe have a weekend in Las Vegas to party and have fun, or something like that. So y'all think that's a good idea? I'll put the event together for maybe like when it gets cool in Las Vegas, for maybe like October or something like that. Y'all let me know if that's a good idea. All right. So Real to Real, shout out Real to Real, man. Y'all check out his channel as well. It's a good brother from down there, Texas. I like them Texas boys, man. I like the energy y'all got. I always say to people, there's 3 states I could live in: Ohio, where I'm from, Texas, and Florida. Those are the 3 states that I could live in, and that I will likely have some real estate in at some point. All right. So yeah, Demonology, real to real. Y'all have to come out. Y'all have to come out to the event. I'll definitely take care of y'all and everything. But that's the idea. All right. So if y'all like that, let me know. All right. So Earth to Bartholomew said, has a Lambo attractive business prospects? Man, yes. The Lambo. Instead of calling the Lambo Knowledge 2.0, you know what I should call that Lamborghini? I should call that Lamborghini Credibility. That should be the name of the Lambo, Credibility. Because one thing the Lamborghini does is it gives you instant credibility. All right. So, so yes, I've not only gotten business prospects from the Lambo, but I've gotten the network of people because you can, if somebody doesn't have a Lamborghini and they want one, then they're going to talk to you, right? And you can network that way, and maybe you can get new customers or new people to network with, right? But there's other people that have a Lambo, they have a Ferrari, or they have some kind of supercar, and then they like your car, and then they automatically give you credibility because you have one too. And so then you're able to talk to them on a different level immediately because they're always curious, especially about me, right? Well, who is this black dude with this Lambo, right? So they're wondering what I do. Am I a rapper? Am I an athlete, a retired athlete or something like that? Or am I some type of business person? And so it makes the conversation real easy to talk about what I do and then ask them, what do they do? And then and then there's people that own businesses that you might be a customer of theirs because they own some type of business that you need. Like this right here. I got a business card right here. I met this dude. I met this guy because of the Lambo, a real estate agent. He has some kind of Porsche or something like that, and he gave me his card because I was talking about how I had the real estate, and he was like, you know, with the real estate, I can maybe insure some of your properties. Boom, and he might save me some money like that. Jai Win, yes, I'm working on a real estate course. It's about halfway finished. I want to have it done in the end of August, God willing, if I can make that happen. That's my goal. Yeah, Florida, Ohio, and Texas are my favorite states. No disrespect to everybody else in Cali and New York, but it's expensive. You guys in Cali know it's expensive, and everybody in New York and up in the Northeast, it's expensive up there. Ohio, Florida, and Texas, man. Florida is kind of expensive, but Ohio and Texas, man, you can find some good places to live. All right. All right. So I'm looking for the questions before I jump off here. Derek Emmanuel said, "Do the cops ever bother you in the Lambo?" Okay. Derek, shout out to you, man. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate the question. And man, no, I have never been pulled over in the Lambo, and I've never been pulled over in the Hellcat. But I don't be driving real crazy or anything. But when I had my Corvette, I got pulled over in that. When I had like WRXs and modified imports and stuff, I would get pulled over in those. But in the Lambo, like they don't really I don't get harassed in the Lambo. I think I don't know. I don't know why. It's funny because I've been harassed in every other kind of cars, but not the Hellcat either, really. One time though, recently, I was coming home on a Friday night in the Hellcat, and I was on the back road coming to my house, to my neighborhood, and I pulled up and I stopped because I was going to turn left into my neighborhood, and there was a cop coming, and he was passing by me, and he slowed down, and I got ready to start turning left, but he slowed down, so it kind of made this real little awkward situation where it looked like I was going to hit him or something because he slowed down, right? But then I stopped, and he kept going, but then it's like he thought about it, and I don't know if he saw my car or what, but he stopped. Like he was going, and he stopped on the street and was getting ready to back up, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. There was no other cars out there. But I saw him stop, and I turned into my neighborhood, and I hauled ass to my garage and got in my garage. So by the time he probably came back to that corner, he didn't even see me. So I think he was going. I think he was going to mess with me and try to see, you know, what I was doing at 1 o'clock in the morning, or maybe I scared him when I was getting ready to turn or something. but he didn't catch me. I went hauled ass to my garage because I didn't really feel like dealing with no cops at 1 o'clock in the morning. Already probably suspicious, right? But no, I never been stopped in either car. Rich said, put you on the spot. If someone wanted to buy your crazy good real estate management software, would you let them? Rich said, somebody wanted, I forgot about that. So with my software company, I write software all the time, but a lot of times I'm selfish when I write the software. I write it for my own needs. So I created some real estate management software for my real estate portfolio to manage all and automate a lot of stuff related to collecting rent, getting payments for and invoicing people and keeping track of everything and database. So I created some software for that, and it also ties into my website to market my properties and stuff and all that stuff. So I created that software and I did it really fast, and I told Rich about it, and I think Rich was kind of impressed that I did that. But Rich, that's what I do all the time, man. I've been doing it for so long. I graduated in 1995, so I got more than 20 years of experience, so I could do stuff like that pretty fast. But anyway, would I sell that software? So I made it in such a way that I could sell it because I can. It's configurable, and I created it as a part of my platform that I already have. So I could sell it, but I haven't had. There's so many things on my list of things that I want to do that is one of those things that's just at the bottom of the list. But Rich, you brought up a good point because I could definitely do that if I just had the time to really package that software and get it out there. So shout out to Rich. I was pretty proud of myself though because that software, man, it does a trick. I'm proud of it. But I had enough experience to know what I needed to write. So I kind of thought it out over the weekend. And then once you think everything out when you write software and you're good at it, once you think it all out and you know how you're going to do it from an architectural standpoint, sitting down and writing it is as easy as sitting down and writing an email. So it's not it's not nothing major to me at least. But shout out to Rich. Okay, so real to real, so he meets a lot of rich guys. He's got dreads. You think he's somebody because he's got a cam. That's how he meets a lot of people, and they love his energy. Yeah, shout out to real. I agree with that. People are attracted to energy, man, especially if it matches their own or matches what they're attracted to. So, and yeah, Curtis West, it's a 2-plate state, and yes, I do not have a front plate. That could have been a reason why the cop was trying to come after me. So my bad. All right, y'all. 74 people in the chat. Forever Purple, shout out to you. What's my diet like? Do I work out? Normally I do work out, but not a lot. I'm not a gym rat. But normally I try to work out. But when I get really busy, unfortunately, I have a bad habit of cutting my workout down when I shouldn't. But I'm getting back to the gym. I just got to get my business in the right place so that I can be away from it and do what I have to do, and the business will go smooth. But when I make a commitment to my customers, man, I take it so serious that a lot of stuff, man, sometimes I don't even eat, before I do what I have to do, answer email and stuff like that. So my workout schedule and my diet are not good, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say I got a good, healthy diet and I work out a lot. But one thing I don't do, so like I'm not in the best of shape, but I'm not too overweight. I'm probably about 15 pounds overweight, something like that. But what I don't do is I don't overeat. Like when I had enough food, like my assistant bought me Panda Express today, right? Orange chicken. When I was full, I only ate half of it. When I was full, I'm done. I don't sit there and try to eat the whole plate just because it's there and I gotta finish it. When I'm satisfied, I don't overeat, and that's the way I think I don't get swole up even when I'm not exercising and stuff. So that's my little bit of healthy advice, I guess. Don't overeat. All right, man. All right, Triple XK send me an email about the marketing. Good looking out, man. I'll check that out ASAP. And y'all holler at my Realtor Rich. Check out Real to Real's channel. Check out Demonology. And yeah, hopefully Demonology is funny, man. He said Stephen said he weighs 169 pounds. Y'all know Stephen from Mod to Fame. Stephen's about 6'3", 6'4". And I'm not gonna guess his weight, but he probably weighs a little more than me. I'm not that tall. I'm about 6'1", 6'2". And yeah, I weigh more than 169 pounds. I haven't weighed 169 since high school. I weigh right now about 215, 220. And it hovers. 250. I should be, I probably, a good weight for me is about 200, 199, 200. That's a good weight for me. I'll probably cut up at 199, 200. Real talk. All right, y'all. So I'm about to make me a taco salad. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for joining the chat tonight, the live stream. And I got some good videos coming. I just got to edit them down and get them up. I'm gonna definitely drop one of them tomorrow. Again, shout out to my realtor, Rich. Rich, I know you wondering probably what happened to me. I haven't been buying any properties lately, but I'm saving my money and I'm gonna come back with a vengeance because I could pay down the mortgages that I have, but I'm saving the money just in case some opportunities pop up. But I'm too busy to even look at anything right now until I get my business system in place to scale. All right. Then I'm gonna be looking at real estate and all kind of other stuff and the online course, which I'm gonna have Rich a part of that because a lot of people want mentoring. And I want Rich on my team to be a mentor. And maybe we'll get Demonology's wife to be a mentor as well. And we could break bread that way. But hey, appreciate you guys joining the Super Chat. And look out for some of these videos that are coming. And yeah, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good weekend. Holla.